this working? I think I figured it out. I wanted to know how do you schedule a stream. So if this is working, let me check actually. Uh, boy. Oh, Aaron is going to stream as well. Yes. Okay, so we are live. All right, I finally figured it out. But why am I not getting the counter? Refresh access, refresh cache. All right, never mind. I can't see the counter for some reason, but yeah, it's all right. Well, I'm happy that I figured out how to schedule a stream, which is gonna be very useful. Yeah. Ooh. Makento, hey, Sak, what's up? Hello, Makento. Marat, what's up, my brother? I'm doing very, very well. Thank you. Hello, is this thing on? Yes, this thing is on. Pretty difficult portrait you got. Yeah, I did want to challenge myself a bit because this really has just one view of the reference. And I was like, yeah, let me put the training to the test. Yeah, I just like to do this for the streams. So any experiment or things that I want to try out, I usually do it on the stream. That is because people should know that it's absolutely fine if it ends up as garbage. At the end of the day, if it's garbage, you just learn something new. And that is the point of sculpting. If you just stick to your comfort zone, it's no point, bro. Beautiful realism. I'm very good, thanks. This one is really challenging. Yes, and we'll see how I do. Let me set this up over here so that we can have a similar view to the reference. Hey, yeah, hello Shizuma, what's up? Oh wow, I think I should definitely start scheduling this more because it just gives a much more active opening. Otherwise, I just start streaming. I'm like, let me wait for someone to come. Such a good thing. I couldn't sleep because the family's Roomba was making a ton of noise. Roomba, is it the Roomba dance? Oh damn, bro! It's like, what's the time for you right now? Is it you were 11 hours? Is it like 4:20 a.m. or 3:30 a.m. for you right now? Yes, I'm doing very good as well. Thank you. It's robot vacuum thing. It's 6:20 a.m. Damn, bro. It's my wake up time. A bit later than my wake up time, but yeah. Damn. It's really interesting how everyone has a different schedule. Although females usually have subtler, softer features, but chiseled jawlines on females, they just look really nice. Now, personally, I really like them. But yeah, it's really important not to overdo them because it just ends up looking very, very masculine as well in some cases. It's a very, very thin line. There's a very fine margin between having a good looking female and a masculine looking something in the middle or a she male. I may say, yeah. And yeah, that is the problem that a lot of beginners have. So when someone is learning anatomy, sculpting for a while, they've been making male figures, and now they try to make a female. There is always this transition period from a male to the she-male phase. And yeah, overcoming that phase, it's very satisfying. I'm sure we all have experienced that. So if you've ever tried sculpting females for the first time, I'm sure you've definitely been in that zone, in that phase of the masculine female phase. It's a really bad place to be, where it sucks being there. Thanks again for the course. I'm having a ton of fun, and the week just flew by. Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that, man. And yeah, I just want everyone to get a taste of what it is to feel productive. I just realized that initially I was making it very difficult for beginners to get into sculpting, because before the course I had a mindset course that you had to go through. I had a routine making course that you had to go through, because I believe that mindset is everything. If you don't have a healthy mindset, if you're not productive, then no matter what course you buy, no matter what resource you have, it's never going to work for you. So I just thought that maybe I should structure everything for the people who are going to try. Let me make the schedule for them. Let them have a taste of it, and then they can really experience how empowering it is to have a routine, have a schedule, and yeah, the habit of sculpting every day. Let me make them taste consistency. And yeah, you're making really good progress now. I saw your sculpts. I saw you're putting in the effort every day, which is all you have to do, bro. And yeah, I won't be surprised by the result that you get, because if you keep going at the pace that you are right now, the result is guaranteed, bro. It's guaranteed. I make great she-mills now. Yeah, bro, you're in the in the transition period. Just hang in there, hang around the she-males for a while, and yeah, you'll be sculpting really good females very soon, bro. Just don't give up. Hang in there, my man. We all have to go through the she-male phase. Everyone has to do it. Shaki, hi guys, hi Isak. Hello, my friend. What's up, brother? Yeah, I should definitely start scheduling streams. It's a good way to notify everyone early on. It's a shame I just learned how to do it. But yeah, at least we did. And this is going to be a bit tricky, because we do not have a reference for the front. And it's okay. The point is to challenge myself. Boom, boom, boom. Eyes halfway. Let's make the eye sockets here. Let's dig in for the nose. Just came back from a very deserved walk. I really needed that. You okay, my friend? And yeah, walks are very good if the weather allows it. I wish I could take a walk right now, but yeah, the weather here, it's super hot, super hot. So that is not a possibility for me. But when it's winters over here, I do make it a habit of getting sunlight, walking out during the sunrise. It's a very refreshing. It's a great way to start your day. it's a female, so we should reduce the chin size. This is also something that contributes towards the she-male. So if your chin is wide, then yeah, you're sculpting a she-male, bro. Make the chin slimmer, narrower. It's like, how often do you make full body characters? Just when the mood strikes you. So basically what I do is I go through seasons, and for me it's a season of creating versus season of practicing. So whenever I'm in the season of practicing, I just try finding the weak areas in my sculpts and I try to tackle that specifically, very specifically. And in between, I don't sculpt full characters. I just work on the areas that I know need to be worked on. And when I'm in my creating season, then I just make full body characters. I give it the time that it should require. Otherwise, I just spend maybe an hour, half an hour, 45 minutes. Yeah, that is it. But when is the creating season, that is when I make full body characters, or if I'm making something for a course. So I will be making characters very soon for the stylized anatomy course that I'm working on. So yeah, let me show you actually. Bum, 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 bum. Not here. It's in the other community. Where is it? Stylized anatomy course. So right now I've covered the Saro head. I've covered the arm. This is an ongoing course, which I will keep adding more modules to this, keep adding more videos to this. And yeah, inside we will sculpt a full stylized male body and a female body as well, which is going to look something like this. So yeah, all in good time. I don't want to rush this course. This last week had been very, very hectic, very, very busy, a lot of family responsibilities, and also I was very busy with this community. So setting up this community, setting up this challenge, structuring this, recording the additional videos that I had to. Yeah, now that that is out of the way, I will be sculpting. I will be preparing for this course. Yeah, you will see characters. And yeah, by the way, there's this ongoing project that I'm working on as well. Let me see if I can find it. So I'm working on a John Wick full body sculpt on the side. Where's the screenshot? Maybe not here. It's gonna be inside the community, so I shared it here. John Wick. Oh, not this one, the other one. This was just a few minutes in, not even an hour in. Let me see. Just posts. Is this mine? If I just post. Yeah. Here. So this is the John Wick that I'm sculpting on the side. Yeah, you can see the body. I've blocked it out. I just have to sculpt the clothes, make the pose, make the gun. It's gonna be really, really badass. So I'm working on this on the side whenever I get time. John Wick from Fortnite. No. It's gonna be a more of a realistic John Wick. The Fortnite John Wick, it's too stylized, bro. It's too simple. It's not a challenge. So yeah, this is a challenge because I haven't practiced dynamic sculpts a lot, posed sculpts a lot, and that is what I want to be working on. So yeah, there's a lot on my plate. There's some freelance work going on as well. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, sometimes it can be really challenging to balance things out. How much time do you spend daily on practice? Almost an hour, maybe an hour or two. Sometimes it's not strictly practice. Sometimes it's also me just making something for a freelance work. So I have to sculpt something there, or I do a lot of feedbacks inside the community here. So that is when I'm also sculpting. It's not always strictly practice, but at least an hour a day. I do sculpt an hour a day. If it's a very busy day, then I don't sculpt at all. Those days they happen as well. But yeah, I mean it's life. Shit happens. Things come up. Of course, there's gonna be bad days, good days, but it is important to keep practicing. It is all about consistency. And if ever you fell into a rut, or if it's a bad zone, just realize that you're in a bad place, and then it's about how quickly you can get out of that rut. So if you get into a rut, it's not your fault. It can happen for any reason at all. But if you stay in the rut, that is your mistake. That is your fault. Then you have to be accountable and admit that you've been a jerry. You need to fix your routine. You need to get back on track. John Wick, can't wait to see your John Wick. Yeah, I cannot wait either. But I'm pausing it for a while so that I can continue with the stylized anatomy course. It's been delayed a week. I don't want to delay it anymore. So yeah, stylized anatomy course first, personal projects later. The last full body character I made, I think it was Omni-Man. Yeah, it was Omni-Man, the last full body character I made. Oh yeah, this stylized Superman as well, but it doesn't count. It was just for a stream. I just wanted to see if I can sculpt this in an hour. Where's Omni-Man? Yeah, bloody Omni-Man. This was my last full body sculpt. Yeah, now that I see his boots, they're a bit too big. His feet is a bit too big, but yeah, overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Really happy with the result. Very pleased. What is Jerry, by the way? I don't understand that. Wait, let me see if I missed any question. Just a sec, guys. I really wanted to sculpt Alloy from Horizon series. Yeah, Alloy was a really good character. I enjoyed playing Horizon as well. But all in good time, bro. You don't want to rush. You don't want to skip steps. You're on the perfect track right now. Don't let it distract you, man. You need to give a pencil to your John Wick, lol. Damn, that would be really cool. Yeah, I love that idea. Maybe in one hand we'll give him a gun, and in the other we'll give him a bloody pencil. And a Mustang, I guess. Oh boy. Oh my god. You guys are giving me some really good ideas. So maybe we can design it in a way that it's in a platform with his John Wick, and in the back he has his Mustang and a bloody pencil. That would be really cool. Back then Mustang too. Nope. Alright, let me tell you what a Jerry is. Jerry, I think I've told this before. So Jerry is basically a degenerate. He's the worst kind of person. He's the person you don't want to be. So anyone who skips around, who doesn't do the productive stuff, who instead of working on productive things jerks off, scrolls on social media, or hang around with losers, he's a Jerry. Jerry is a character that I made, and it is inspired from the Rick and Morty series. Jerry is something that you don't want to be. And to be honest, the Jerry that I describe and the Jerry that I make fun of on the channel is actually me. So me when I was younger, a few years ago, and I used to do I had all these bad habits. I delayed my own progress, and then I blamed stuff around. That is the Jerry. That is Jerry. That is everything you don't want to be. And at this point, it's become an inside joke in our community amongst my followers. And yeah, I mean, even inside the community, we're like, hey, don't be a Jerry, bro. You're being a Jerry. Stop being a Jerry. So Jerry is something that you don't want to be. It's the bottom tier of what an artist can be. So Jerry's everything you don't want to be. think we're all Jerry's. Yeah, we're all Jerry's at some point. It's important to realize when you are being a Jerry, and don't let his voice be stronger in your head. We all have a Jerry inside of us. It's just the most important thing is to not give in to that Jerry. Whenever you hear Jerry moaning in your mind, strangle him. Shut up. And then do what you had to do. Jerry's always going to try to push you down. We don't want that. We don't want to be Jerry's. And yeah, in my community, if someone's being a Jerry, in the free community, if a Jerry comes along, I just kick them out. Because we don't want Jerry's, bro. Recently, I just cleansed the free community, by the way. They were like 200 something members, and I had to remove about, I don't know, 140 something. I removed them because we don't want to have idle people. We don't want to be surrounded or have the negative energy around us. You know what idle people do? Nothing. They just pull you down. You need to realize that the friends that you hang out with, the company that you hang out with, it makes such a big impact on the person that you are. So if you're friends with 5 junkies, you're going to be the 6th junkie. If you're friends with 5 millionaires, you're going to be the 6th millionaire. If you're friends with 5 drunksters or whatever, alcoholics, you're going to be the 6th alcoholic. So your company, it really matters. If your friends are 5 artists, productive people, you're going to be the 6th productive artist. So company, it really matters. Really matters. And that is why I'm so invested in communities. That is why I am very devoted in making my school work, which is a community. I want to build a community of artists. I want to enable artists to make productive friends. And yeah, inside my school, we've all made really good friends. We all support each other. We all push each other to do better. Whenever someone's being a Jerry, we're not afraid to call them out. And that is the point of having a community in the first place. I mean, I've been pushing communities for a very long time. Very long time. So much so that I believe that courses is not as effective as community. And I think the community members here who are here would agree as well. The best part about the community is really not the courses. It is the community itself. True. Ever seen? Okay. So if you stay at level 1, Jerry in the class, then you're not doing your homework. Yeah. 100%, bro. I mean, even if you're doing your homework and you're not sharing, you're still a Jerry. Because why do you want to work in the shadow when you're in a community, bro? You want to share your work. You want to get feedback. You want to inspire others. You know, when all of your friends, they're buying the latest Call of Duty and you feel like, damn, bro, I'm missing out on Call of Duty. If you're in a good community, then you're going to have the FOMO effect for missing out on sculpting, or missing out on being more productive. You're going to be like, wow, bro, everyone else around me is getting results. I want to get these results as well. So let me work hard as well. You're going to get the positive FOMO effect. And yeah, it is real. It is very real. Your company it's everything. The people that you associate yourself with, the people that you surround yourself with, it's everything. Very important. Is art block phase exist in 3D sculpting too? Yes, definitely. Yeah. I mean, but you know, the thing about art block is you allow it to happen. I mean, what is an art block? Why would you let it happen? I just feel that it is an excuse to not work on the things that you want to. If you're having an art block, just go on Pinterest, sculpt the first reference that you can find. Why should we wait for inspiration to strike? Why should we wait for motivation to come along? I am not a believer in motivation. I do not support the concept of motivation, bro. I mean, I just feel that the reason that a lot of people say that, yeah, just do what you feel like, bro, is because you don't feel like doing anything. That way they can get ahead of you. We don't need motivation when we're going to work or when we're going to school or when we're going to college, university, whatever. Then why are we at the mercy of motivation when we want to work on the things that we find meaningful? Yeah, being at the mercy of motivation, bro, it's the worst thing an artist can do to themselves. BRB, need a coffee. Poor thing, man. You're gonna have trouble sleeping later. By the way, I love coffee as well. Coffee is a super drink, bro. Oh boy, yeah, we need to look at the shape of the lips. They need to be more plump. This needs to have a curve. So, yeah, the whole point of having a reference is to look at it. And it comes as a surprise to a lot of people. They have the reference, but they sculpt first and then look at the reference second. I used to do that as well. I used to paint, draw, sculpt first, and then look at the reference. That should be other way around. Your reference is the ultimate answer sheet. Oh boy, I'm getting a call, but I don't want to receive it. Oh damn, it's a group call. Okay, I'll check it later. Welcome back, my friend. Just a sec, guys. Hello, I'm Vietnamese and I really like sculpting Blender. Hello, welcome, Vietnamese friend. I really like sculpting in Blender as well. Blender is an amazing software. And yeah, when I was in university, bro, I have a degree in 3D animation and design, and they only taught us Maya. And I was like, bro, teach me Blender. Back then, I did try Blender on my own when I was not enrolled in the program. So when I was still at home waiting for my application to be accepted, I was fiddling around with Blender and I was like, wow, this is such an amazing software. This is so cool. I'm going to learn this in university. And when I went to university, bro, they didn't teach us Blender at all. They taught us Maya. And to be honest, back then, Maya had a shittier render engine. It was so bad. It was so bad. They had Mental Ray back then. Has anyone here tried Mental Ray? So we had Mental Ray back then, and the result was so bad. So bad. I was like, why are we not learning Blender? But because we were not learning it in the university, I did not pursue it anymore. And then I had to self-taught myself later when I graduated. Blender is an amazing software. Amazing software. It's crazy how far Blender has come since then. Back then it had the classic old UI. If anyone here has done the first donut tutorial, that is the Blender version that I started out with. This is crazy how fast you got to this level within like 25 minutes. Every time I mention an instance of it. Yeah, let's crash it for other people. Everyone, let's type Maya in the chat so it crashes for someone else out there. Maya, 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 Maya. Yeah, bro. I think speed is something that only comes with time. So when you do something a lot of times, that is when speed happens. And yeah, if you follow the steps, then you also sculpt faster. So if I went too high poly too early, it would have taken me more time as well because I would have made more mistakes and I would have to spend more time correcting them. When it's still low poly, it's much easier to adjust things, move things around. Yeah, it's so much easier to do these things. We need to realize that adding more polygons is like adding more problems to your life. So the more polygons you have, the more problems you have to solve. And when you're sculpting low poly, then you have to solve less problems and then you make more progress. So yeah, I think following the steps, sculpting low poly first and then going high poly, making sure you're satisfied in the levels in between, it just really, really helps you sculpt faster. And yeah, I mean, of course, as childs, I'm sure we have tried learning the Naruto hand signs, whatever. When you try it for the first time, of course, your hands will not coordinate, whatever. But if you practice those hand signs really, really fast, then yeah, maybe you can weave those signs as quick as Pain or Naruto. It's all about repetition. The more you do something, the more familiar it gets for you, and the quicker you can do it. Maya, let's go, bro. You crashed it for someone else as well. Bloody Maya. Hell yeah, bro. We're crashing Mayas everywhere. Blender was not an industry standard, meaning meanwhile Blender handling everything like Spider-Man handled the train. Bro, why would they let it be the industry standard? I mean, industries, businesses are making a bunch of money off of their softwares. They have a monopoly. They have workflows, pipelines already integrated. Why would they let a free software come in and take their place? But the good thing is that the movement has already started. So a lot of studios, they are adopting Blender, especially startups, because Blender is absolutely free. Otherwise, the companies, they would have to pay for Maya, Substance Painter, ZBrush, Marvelous Designer, all of these softwares, and it really, really adds up. So it's much more friendlier for people to start off with Blender. Yeah, a lot of some episodes of Love, Death and Robot, they are made with Blender. There's we have animated movies now made 100% with Blender. The Blender Studio, they also create really, really cool animations, really, really cool short films. It is, the movement has started. And yeah, I really, really hope people start realizing Blender for the tool that it actually is. It is amazing how far it has come. Okay, let me measure the nose. Okay, it's halfway here as well. This is the center. I think I can move this down just a tad bit and straighten out the nose a bit as well. Yeah, Blender is amazing, but there's really nothing to complain here. Blender handle everything with exception of high poly count. Yeah. If it solves that, bro, boom, it's the end. If Blender solves high poly, Blender did release Vulkan. I downloaded Blender 4.5, but the UI sucks, man. I mean, the sculpting UI in the later Blender version, it sucks. I wish they had stick to this classic version. This is so much better, or at least have the option to have it over here as well. Even they changed some settings. So for example, the clay strips brush in the newer software, by default, one of this is turned off. So it acts very differently. I think it's strength or radius, but one of this is turned off. So pressure sensitivity doesn't work for it. You will feel like, oh, they changed the clay strips brush a lot, but actually it's just the one setting that is turned off. So once you tick it, it just starts functioning as normal again. But yeah, bro, I like this version more, maybe because I've just practiced too much inside this version. But yeah, I tried using the Vulkan add-on, and I wanted to push the Kratos bust that I made. It made no difference. I'm not sure if I have to sculpt something from scratch for it to take effect, but so far it wasn't worth the hype. I'm gonna sculpt the eyes at the end because eyes are really intimidating. Eyes are always intimidating to me because they're like, I don't know, bro. 60% of the character. If you mess up the eyes, you lose all the personality. You lose all the emotion. You lose. The eyes have a lot of character. The eyes are the doorway to the soul, bro. Good eyes is it can make or break a sculpt. Really. Eye shapes. Damn, bro. I mean, you can have a lot of expressions if you want to make a devious character, you want to make an innocent character, you want to make a, I don't know, a mysterious character. Just working on the eyes can make all the difference. Yeah, that is why it is so important to get it right. My question, why is the software that in order to fix crashing issues make you delete user preferences? The industry standard 4.5 handles it pretty well. I didn't get your question, bro. My question, why is a software that in order to fix crashing issues makes you delete user preferences the industry standard? Oh. So you mean Maya? I didn't have a lot of crashing issues with Maya personally, but yeah, I just believe that it is an inferior software at this point. But to be honest, Maya weight painting, Maya rigging, and Maya animation, it's so much easier. Or maybe I just have experience with Maya. That is why I find it very easy. But yeah, in Maya, I can do things what an average artist would take 2 hours. I can do it in an hour or maybe 45 minutes. Make a character, make props. The snapping tools in Maya, they are so intuitive. They are so fast to work with. Maya's snapping is still no match. Blender, sorry, but you need to fix your snapping tools. You need to get better at snapping. Maya snapping is chef's kiss, bro. Super fast. Maya crashes a lot, and in school they taught us to delete user preferences to help lessen the crashes. That is not a solution, bro. I mean, I've only found Maya crashing when things go really high poly, or when you apply an operation you shouldn't have. That is when the bad things happen in Maya. But overall, it's a good software, but not as good as Blender. No way, bro. Damn, time to tackle the eyes. Oh boy. Is there a way we can automatically have eyes? Eyes are always so intimidating, bro. But we will get this done. The obstacle is the way. Let me just fix some proportions and some features. Let's on the eyes, bro. You know, male characters, male eyes, I don't really find those intimidating a lot. They are way easier to sculpt. And yeah, you can get away with a lot when you're sculpting a male. But when you're making a female, the challenge is actually not to have a female face, but to have an attractive female face, an aesthetic female face. That is the challenge. Yeah, that is the main task. It's much easier to sculpt a male face, and it's much more difficult to sculpt an attractive female face, a good looking female face. That is the challenge here. It's much more easier to sculpt female anatomy, by the way. So female anatomy is really easy to sculpt. Male anatomy is harder, but in order to understand female anatomy, you do need to study male anatomy first. That's just how it is. But yeah, I think so far we have something that is looking attractive. A good way that I have of judging whether you have a good female sculpt or not is ask yourself, will you marry her? Will you marry your sculptor? The female face that you're sculpting. Would you be happy if she was your future wife? If the answer is yes, then you're on a good path. If the answer is no, bro, you need to work on your female sculpting skills. And yeah, it's a bad question to ask yourself when you're still in the she-male zone. So when you're transitioning from male to female sculpts and then you make she-males, you shouldn't ask yourself a question that then, because you don't want the answer to be yes. Yeah. Show us how to sculpt the eyes. Sure thing, bro. We will sculpt the eyes. So how much RAM will be enough to work smoothly with high details? Currently what I have is I have 16 gigs of RAM, and it has been the case for the last 5 years. I haven't upgraded my PC once in the last 5 years. And yeah, it can help you do a lot. So the minimum is 16. Oh wait, is it 16 or is it 32? I forgot. How much RAM do I have? Let me check. I think I have 16. Where's the RAM, bro? Yeah, 16 gigs of RAM. That is completely fine. The minimum is 16. Of course, then you can go as high as you want. VDM brush. Yeah, VDM brushes are really good, bro, but you should only use VDM brushes once you know you can sculpt things. If you're relying totally on VDM brushes, then you're a Jerry. I mean, of course. And people who use base meshes, they are Jerrys as well. Why would you use a base mesh, bro? You don't know how to sculpt. And then you're using base meshes. But if a base mesh helps you sculpt faster, you're in production, you're in freelance or whatever, then of course, by all means. But noob artists who are starting out and then say, hey, let me use a VDM brush, or let me use base mesh so I can sculpt good characters to impress others but fail in my eyes. It's not a good way. All right, how to sculpt the eyes. So the things that I like to do is, first of all, I set things up. So you can see the setup here. I have the orbit of the skull. I have a rough marking for the orbit of the skull. You can see over here. And then what I have is also a round surface. So you can see that I sculpted this. I actually used the draw brush. So let me do it one more time. So this is how it was initially, but then I used the draw brush like this. Just make some round form and then smooth it out. It just gives you the illusion or the curvature of the eye. Now I had a better shape before, so I'm going to undo. And yeah, once you have this, it's much easier to sculpt the eye, because now when you pull things out, it just follows this rotation naturally. And you can also test this. So once you at this stage, you can just sculpt something like this. Yeah, just something like this. Wait, let me do it again. Just use a draw sharp brush and dig it in. And this will give you an illusion of closed eyes. And now you can judge, oh, is the position of the eyes looking okay? So if you did this up here, it's not looking good, bro. And you can judge that, yeah, these are not a good placement for the eyes. You can make the adjustment before going higher poly. You can also judge here, is the distance between the eyes okay? So if it's okay, by all means proceed. If it's something like this, of course, you do not want to proceed. Or if it's something like this, then you don't want to proceed as either. So this is a good way to test. You need to set things up, because you need to know that the eyelids, they wrap around the eyeball and they need to follow the curvature. So I'm going to push this even further a bit, just a bit more further. Just setting things up for the eyeball. So you can use the draw brush, dig a bit here, smooth it out. Now you can see that we have a full curvature going on, which is good, which is ideal for the eye, which is necessary. The outer corner should be a bit more behind. The inner corner is a bit more forwards. From the side of the eye, this part should go in. You shouldn't be able to see this part of the eye, because like I told you, the eye is curved. So yeah, we need to be very careful of this. Setting up things is very important. So yeah, if you were sculpting her eyes closed, would that line you previously made be good enough? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on the reference. So if my reference had something like this, maybe I would have creased this as well. And if I was to make this, then not probably, definitely, I would have made another mesh to make the eyelashes as well. Because in closed eyes, you want to have the eyelashes. It's gonna add a lot to the eyes. But yeah, I mean, you definitely, I think I did it for the Veiled Mary. Yeah, I did it actually. So over here, I sculpted the Veiled Virgin, not Veiled Mary, Veiled Virgin. Where is it? And yeah, I used a similar technique. I just, yeah, here we have it. Nice. So yeah, this was just with the draw sharp brush. But what I did is I also inflated the upper eyelid a bit so that, what do you call it? The eyelids can follow the shape of the eyeball. We need to have the ball inside. You need to sell the illusion of the ball inside this. So yeah, you want to have the round curvature as well. Yeah, it's definitely good enough. So this was the rough version. This was after I polished a bit. I don't have the next. Oh boy, I don't want to show you the bush lady. Hope you didn't see the bush lady below. Bro, I'm gonna get banned on stream. I cannot show you the screenshots, bro. Don't get me banned, bro. So yeah, let's sculpt the eyes. Now you can see over here, I already noticed that I made the eyes way too deep. So how do I know this? I know this because I can see that the distance here is smaller than the distance here. So I need to bring the eyes a bit more forward. If you were sculpting, takes notes. Demonetized. Bro, YouTube doesn't pay me good either way. So it doesn't really matter. But if it takes away the ability to stream for a while, yeah, that would suck, man. So yeah, let's try sculpting this. I want to increase the height of this brow ridge because yeah, the eyebrows are going to be up here. I can see a lot of fat in this area, so that is something that we need to take into account as well. So just adding a bit of a fat area here. Okay, you see fat area here, and now we can sculpt it. Damn, bro, let me save this. Smoothen this part a bit. Let's increase the geometry count. We need a lot of details for the eye. And yeah, let's do it. So the way you want to do this is just use the draw sharp brush and make this, pull this form out, the shape you want for the eye. I'm just making a generic shape because I cannot see the front view. The front view is super important for the shape of the eye, but we don't have that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sculpt a generic eye. The distance between them looks okay, maybe a bit less. And for the bottom eyelid, what you can do is just pull this out in inverse as well. Yeah, we want to dig this part in. Really dig this in because we're going to place the eyeball in here. We're going to make a UV sphere for this. Yeah, placing the eyeball is a very important step. Why is it important? I will show you. By the way, if anyone is new here watching this for the first time or will be watching the recording of this course, I cover everything inside in this free course, which is a 1-month challenge. I guarantee that you can sculpt your first really good head that you will be proud of within a month, within 4 weeks. So if you want to join this, if you want to be part of this community, go check the link in the description. It's going to be there. If you're a bit more serious, you can join the Da Vinci School, which is a paid version. And yeah, over here you get a lot more bonuses. I'm more active here. I actively give feedback here. I make sure everyone's on track. I try to help as much as I can. Yeah, this is what I work on. This is my main work. And inside, yeah, of course, you have a lot more courses. We have the head sculpting course, the noob's guide to anatomy course, female anatomy course, retop and baking. The stylized anatomy course is in process, is in progress. And the good thing about school is that the price that you decide to join on is the price that sticks with you for life. So even if the community goes to $50, $60 a month later on, when we have more courses, when we have more members, then you still pay the same price. We also have weekly calls every week where you can share your work, get feedback, interact with the community. If you're being a Jerry, someone will call you out. I will call you out. Yeah, it's a good place to be if you're serious about sculpting. The price right now is actually pretty low for the community. Communities like this, they are easily valued at $60 a month, $70 a month. But I want to make my way up there. So early joiners, they do get benefit. Oh boy. Yeah, the eyes look okay now. You can sculpt a bit above to indicate this eyelid here. Or we can wait to go a bit more higher poly for this as well. That's it. And yeah, this is why making an eyeball is important. Let me show you. What's your CPU? My CPU is Ryzen 3500X, if I remember correct. And yeah, I love AMD processors. They have not let me down so far. I was surprised how good they are performing. They have more cores than the Intel CPUs. But yeah, I'm not aware of the situation right now because I made this PC. I got this built 5 years ago. And so far, I haven't felt the need to upgrade anything. Oh yeah, another tip for the eyes, right, is that you want to push the eyeballs up a bit. The reason that we do this is that similar to the mouth always has this angle where the upper lip is ahead of the lower lip. In some cases, some rare cases, especially in African faces, they can be on the same level. So it's on the same, whatever, same distance. And if someone has a jaw problem, then the lower lip is going to be ahead of the upper lip. Same way the eyes, the upper eyelid is ahead of the lower eyelid. The eyes should have this natural angle, which goes like this. And a trick to do that is not to place your eyeballs in the center, but to place them a bit above. Now, when you do that, you automatically get that angle. Yeah, I learned this way later in my sculpting journey. I always struggle to get the angle of the eye. And I just realized, bro, I could just push the eyelid up, the eyeballs up. Yeah, that was a big learning for me. Yeah, I think we can start adding the hair now. I'm not really happy with how the lips are looking. Maybe we can adjust the shape a bit more. Yeah, usually when females have plump lips, that this area it squares off for some reason. Yeah, we can see that this is a very, very plump lip, which is also a very feminine sign, very feminine quality to have in your sculpt as well. Yo, what's up, man? Hey, Scar, what's up, my man? This is challenging with only one reference image. Yeah, it is challenging. It is even more challenging when you have the side view. So we don't have a front view for this. But yeah, that is the point. That is the challenge. And yeah, I think we should not really take our results that seriously. When someone's practicing, you should use it as a playground to experiment with stuff, to figure out areas that you can improve in. It's okay if it sucks. It's okay if it's a bad sculpt. There are bad days. But the important thing is that you take your lessons and you move on. I used to be intimidated with sculpting a lot, especially on live streams. I was like, bro, my reputation is on the line. I have to make the best sculpt. If I don't, this is going to happen. That is, but now I don't care, bro. I just want this process to be as realistic as possible. I do not practice my live streams before streaming. This is the first time that I attempt this reference or any reference that I make on a live stream because I just want this to be as realistic as possible. It's completely fine if it doesn't work out the way that it was supposed to. That is an opportunity to figure out areas where you can improve in. So yeah, every win, every loss is just a loss if you give up. You can turn that L into a W very easily. Just figure out what you did wrong, improve it the next time, and boom, you have a win, you have a W. I think I'm gonna move on with the here now. It is not gonna be that hard, apparently, but let's try. Ciaran. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. Is it Ciaran or Kiaran? And thanks, man. Happy to hear that. We can sculpt the collarbone here as well, although she has like a sweater or a jacket or something. I'm not sure what she's wearing. A turtleneck or something, I don't know. Oh yeah, it's okay. And yeah, this too as well. If your female sculpts are looking like a she-male, it's probably because you made the Adam's apple. Bro, this is not a feminine feature to have. This is a very masculine feature to have. And yeah, you don't want to have this. So yeah, take it easy on the Adam apple, bro. I wanna sculpt this as well. This just makes it the back look much more better instantly. Just this dip in the center. There's another trick to sculpting females that I can share with you. Yeah, boy, this is like a tutorial in a tutorial in a tutorial. But let's do it. Let me show you actually. So yeah, when you're sculpting females, right? Let me make this just a bit bigger. And I'm sure the community members, they've already guessed what I'm going to do. So when you're sculpting females, you want to enter the mask brush and you want to give her a bit of a makeup. So just paint her some liner, give her the cat, whatever this is called. Give her a bit of a blush on. Give her some lipstick. Yeah, I'm just using the mask brush at this point. I'm not actually painting. Give her some of lipstick, and a very, very important, paint in her eyebrows. Yeah, instantly you will get a much better picture of whether your female is looking nice or not. This is without the makeup, this is with the makeup, and this is because we are so used to seeing females with makeup that yeah, you have to add it in your sculpt as well. I'm just going to work on the hair and then maybe fine tune things later. I'll have a bit of a fresher eye to look at the sculpt in general. This is challenging. I don't mean to spam, but did you say which tool you teach to retop for the repeat? Did you say? Yeah, of course, bro. This is chat, so don't worry about spamming. I don't find it as a spam. The tool that I use for retopper, you mean the retopper course that I have in the paid version? I'm not sure what you're asking. Yeah, this is gonna come here, here, above here, and here. Oh boy. Let me try this again. Yes, like do you use an add-on or default Blender tools? Yeah, the retopper course and all of my courses, my aim is always to make it 100% free Blender. So you don't need any add-ons for this course. Though there are some students inside, they tried it with the add-ons. Yeah, one of them he used retopper flow. But the course itself is 100% Blender. There's no additional add-on that you need to buy. There's nothing additional that you need to do. It's just pure stock installed Blender, factory setting Blender. Yeah, no additional tools that I used in the course. Oh boy, I mean my chair, I need to change this. For some reason it just keeps going down very, very slowly. Let's make the hair mask extract. I have retopper flow, but it's so heavy. I haven't really tried it. I have bought it. I bought it during the Humble Bundle sale, Humble Bundle deal, but I didn't really get to try it. I haven't tried it yet. And Polyquilt is okay for a free add-on, but I didn't like it as much. You don't really need an add-on to retopper, by the way. I mean, they quicken your workflow a bit, but retopper is really not that difficult. You can do it with stock blender pretty quickly. Yeah, it's not that hard, even with the stock blender. Damn, bro, we also need to make ponytails. Yeah, but let's maybe work on the volume a bit. So this part is gonna be a bit more bulky. I want to reduce the poly count a bit so that I can get the shape more easily. Speed Dropper is really cool. I haven't tried any Retopper add-on yet. But yeah, I've seen some of them in action, maybe in a demo video or something, but I haven't really tried it firsthand. Yeah, I'm sure they really speed up the workflow. But is it necessary? No. Is it worth it? Maybe. I think we really need to ask ourselves the question, how much time does a tool save us instead of looking at its price? I mean, I bought the quad remesher, which was, I think it was like $150. And the reason I bought it is because I can retopper stuff really quickly for games, for props. And that is something I do very often. So I just, any artist who respects his time, he has a worth. Okay, so the minimum that you should judge yourself with or put yourself at scale with is $30 an hour. And then you think to yourself, how much time this tool is going to save me? So if the tool can save you 5 hours, it virtually saved you $150. And that means that the add-on is free. So you should invest. If you're considering buying a retopper add-on, just think to yourself, how often do you retopper? And let's say the retopper, the add-on is worth $300, and then you save $20 of your time with that add-on. You just saved $600, bro. In that case, you're making money with that add-on. I think this is a much better way to judge whether something is worth it or not. Because what is time? Time is money. Yeah, if something saves you time, it is making you money. The same thing goes for courses or programs, bro. I mean, people spend money either way. They will spend $50 on a course, $50 on a video game, but never on a course. The video game wastes their time, but they still spend it. a course saves their time, but they still think, nah, let me pass, let me just save this time, bro. Let me save this money. And then they'll spend months pursuing that goal, whatever, figuring things out on their own. But a person who respects his time, he just realizes, bro, my time, 3 months or 4 months or 5 months of my time is worth way more than $50. So let me just invest in this course as well, and let me use it as a shortcut. Let me buy time. This is literally, I'm telling you how you can buy time. That is by investing in things that saves you time. That is how you buy time. Big brain stuff. Is it necessary in a professional workflow? If drastically speeds up your workflow, it would be worth considering. Yeah, 100%. I'm telling you. Let me actually show you. So this is for a professional freelance work that I had. Let me show you actually. So what I did, I sculpted the character, and then I just used the quad remesher to retopo it. And then I rigged and animated. This character was sculpted, and then this topology is made with the quad remesher, and it works. And the client paid me good money for this. He was happy, he was satisfied, he put it in his engine, it worked absolutely fine. He was so happy with this project. Same thing goes here. Quad remesher, bro. I just sculpted all of this, and then I pressed quad remesh, and then I rigged it, and then I animated. Happy client, happy me. I saved time and made money. And this is in a professional environment. So for all of those nerds or Jerrys who say, hey, but the topology, it really matters. The topology doesn't matter. What matters is this model functional or not? And if you want to argue with me, go ahead, watch the God of War Kratos model that was inside the game, and look at its topology. Look at the making of Kratos in the God of War series. Look at his topology, and then come back and then argue with me and tell me if topology matters or not. What matters is always whether something is functional or not. That is it. No one cares about topology. What everyone cares about is whether something is functional or not. And yeah, I bet you, look at professional environments, look at professional studios, look at big studios. They always find workarounds. They always break rules. They always find things that reduces time and gives them the result that they want. They don't care about the approach. What they care about is the result. That is it. And that is what you should be concerned with as well. So the meanwhile, you are working out the perfect topology, the perfect whatever, someone out there who's freelancing is getting all the clients, is making all the money because he just decided to work smarter, not harder. What matters is just the topology. That is it. That is it. What matters is the end result. That is it, bro. And yeah, even inside my course, I teach functional topology that will not break, that will not let you down. It is the easiest retopo method ever. I swear I did not want to record that course. I hate retopology. But the only reason I did it was because I saw members inside my school struggling with retopology, following generic advices, being miserable, and I was like, bro, you don't have to be that miserable. Let me show you how to do it. And yeah, a lot of people, they comment or say, hey, but this doesn't happen in professional work, or this doesn't happen in the industry. Bro, I've been a mobile game artist. I've been working in the industry for the last 5 years. So I do know what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The same way when I say that anatomy doesn't really matter that much, and people lose their minds, and they say, oh, but how can you be so right when all of the previous artists, my favorite artists, they talk about anatomy all the time? Bro, it's not their fault. It's really not their fault. All of the systems, all of the education has been focusing on making artists learn like doctors and not artists. So they want you to memorize every bone, every muscle. Who cares, bro, what the name of the muscles is? Just saying the forearm is absolutely fine instead of saying the brachioradialis or the radialis or the, I don't know what the name of the extensors is. It doesn't matter. No one cares, bro. As long as you get the shapes the way that they should be, as long as the muscles look nice, as long as the character looks strong, you're good to go. You just need very, very, very limited knowledge. The 80-20 principle, you apply this to anatomy as well, and you can sculpt good characters. Anyone who tells you otherwise is a jerry, bro. Stop being friends with them. Seriously. Stop associating yourself with them. They are jerrys, bro. You're wasting their time, and they will waste your time as well by putting doubt in your mind that you need to learn anatomy, you need to learn this, you need to learn that. No, you don't. You just need to learn the basics. You just need to learn the fundamentals. You just need to learn good shape, good form, and just study generic sculpts, and you can sculpt anything that you like. As simple as that. Oh, damn, I'm glad I didn't press remesh. Would have been really, really bad. Quad remesh is pricey though. It is absolutely worth it, bro. Tibula and femur. Yeah, tibula and femur. Ulna and tibia. I don't know, bro. No one cares. We should absolutely normalize calling the muscles like the neck muscles or the chest muscles or the pecs, the upper chest, lower chest. You don't need to memorize it like the pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, rectus abdominis, serratus anterior. Bro, no one cares. I mean, I've seen artists who memorize anatomy front and back, and the only thing they can't do is sculpt. I kid you not, bro. They memorize anatomy front and back, and the only thing that they can't do is sculpt. And you will find these artists on Discord, on Facebook groups, on in communities. You're gonna find them everywhere. They're gonna be like, "Hey, bro, the brachii bicep major whatever is a bit too small." And when you say, "Yeah, can you show me how to sculpt it?" They're gonna present you with something that resembles a toad, and they're gonna be expecting you to be impressed. They get hard on when they name fancy muscles. It's a flex for them. But no one cares, bro. No one cares about your muscles. We just care about whether your sculpt looks nice or not. So it's a shame you remembered all these names, but the only thing you can't do is sculpt. I just find it hilarious at this point, bro. Like, seriously, nerds. You know how we had grammar Nazis? We have anatomy Nazis when sculpting as artists. Anatomy Nazis. Pulling it down. Yeah. And I was a victim to them, bro. I mean, for the longest time, the reason that I didn't learn to sculpt was because I was intimidated by anatomy. I was like, bro, this is so hard. How will I ever learn anatomy? Yeah, I wasted years of my life trying to learn things the hard way. And I just realized, bro, I delayed it longer than it actually took me to learn this because I was just following a broken path. I was following wrong approaches. Yeah, I just want to help as many artists as I can avoid these traps. That is exactly why I make the videos that I make. Yeah, I don't care what anyone else thinks about my content. I just document what worked for me, what is working for my community members, what is working for my friends. Yeah, you cannot convince me otherwise. Long stream today. Nice. Really, what time is it? Oh, damn. 6:37. I need to be going down for dinner now. Yeah, my family is probably gonna wait for me. Damn, let me see if I have any messages from them. I didn't even realize the time, bro. Alright, we're good. When it's dinner time, they're gonna call me, but we're almost done with the character as well. Though I do think we can spend some extra time on it, refining some things. But for how long had this been? 1 hour 21 minutes. Yeah, not bad. Have you actually seen someone in front of a class sculpt a muscle that looked like a toad? I didn't say toad, bro. I said toad. Shit. And yes, I have. In communities. Jerry's everywhere, bro. Once you realize what a Jerry is, you can see them everywhere. I mean, toad would have been nice, but they sculpt turds. Yeah, toad would have been better. Yeah, they wish they could sculpt toads, bro. Time is flying by, bro. Yeah, I agree, man. I didn't even realize we've spent this long. By the way, we should do another music stream as well. I really enjoyed those streams. Let's plan it out soon. I think her jaw can definitely be up a bit. Forehead down. Can I learn sculpting from your videos from zero? If you have basic Blender knowledge and if you can navigate your way around Blender, then yes. From my videos, no. Because the videos that I have on the channel, they are specific to, oh wow, we're almost 9,000. Nice. Yeah, back to the topic. What was I gonna say, man? Yeah, the videos on the channel, they are more of specific topics, common problems, common issues that you need to fix. But if you are a beginner and you want to learn sculpting, then you can head on to this community right here, which is gonna be in the description. And yeah, inside here, I have the free 1 month challenge that you can perform to learn to sculpt heads. Yeah. Within a month, you'll be good to go as long as you follow the rules properly and you're not a Jerry. Almost not, yeah. Damn, it's been crazy the last month. The growth on YouTube has been really crazy. We're almost 9K. Soon we're gonna be 10K. Damn, bro. It just piles up. It just compounds so quickly. And then, when did you join? I think you subscribed when I was still around, I don't know, 800 subscribers. Damn, it's been a long journey now when I think of it that way. Yes. Also, thank you for supporting me this far. I've made some great friends and acquaintances through this channel, through my community. It's been such a ride. Please don't crash, Blender. Please don't crash. Yeah, thank you for not crashing, Blender. Yeah, you have been, really, you have been one of my earliest supporters. The first member to join my school. Yeah, really, really appreciate, extremely grateful for the support and the love that I have gotten on this channel. Yeah, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really, thank you. I know the basics, but too intimidated by all the sculpting tutorials. Don't worry, bro. I got you covered. I have an action plan for you, and I will uncover all the fluff. I won't scare you away with scary anatomy names or scary techniques. It's really all simple. It's all step by step. Yeah, you will really enjoy your time inside the community. So don't worry, I got you covered in that regard. I literally make tutorials for my younger self. So I was intimidated, I was confused, I didn't know where to look at, I didn't know where to start. And the mission behind every video, every course, every tutorial that I make is literally just to help that lost 5-year-old me, and just helping him out. Okay, I just make the kind of content I wish I had. And in the process, I just help a lot more people, bro. So don't worry. If you're if you don't know where to start, if you're intimidated by sculpting, you're in the right place. Just go check out the free course. You will learn a lot. And you'll be surprised by how easy it is actually. How much fluff bullshit there is online, how much you can discard. You're going to be surprised. Let's color this and then we can just call it a day. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, any queries, let me know in the chat right now, because I really need to get going after this. My family is probably waiting for me for dinner. I told them I'd be free by 6:30 and I didn't even realize the time I spent here. Dinner's calling. Just a sec, guys. Share yes from zero, but he expects you to know keys and yeah, that's the basic stuff. and then you can follow along. Bro, the algorithm is working this month. I was looking for more info on how to sculpt a face and it brought me here. Nice. Also, I'm hoping that some of this knowledge transfers over to real life sculpting. In the coming weeks, I plan to make a Halloween mask. Nice. Shridi, congratulations on 9K. Thanks, man. Thanks for the stream today. Glad I could catch you. Yeah, I'm glad you made it here as well. And yes, the knowledge here does transfer into real life as well. But I should warn you that digital art is much easier than traditional or real life art. It's always much more difficult to do things in real life. I mean, I have this experience from, yeah, I have sculpted traditionally as well. Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, we have Control Z here, we have undo here, we have all the good tools here, but in real life, all of that is missing. You don't have a Control Z. It's much more difficult. But yeah, a lot of this is going to transfer there. What's going to transfer the most is going to be all the mindset training that you went through, the 80-20 principle. So you just need to figure out what is actually that is going to move the needle. It is going to help you be more consistent. You're going to enjoy challenges. So yeah, that is what is going to transfer there as well. And yeah, if you just need to realize, bro, if someone else can do it, so can you. Everything is just limited to how much effort you put into it. So the more effort you put into it, you can learn anything. You can learn anything. No one is born an artist. No one is born with these skills. Everyone has to learn, has to practice. Yeah, the quicker you get started, the quicker you get results. Yeah, things are going to transfer into real life as well. Just remember to have realistic expectations. Enjoy the little pleasure. Enjoy the little wins. So if you can sculpt a good nose or just get the head structure right, or if you figure out how to put the clay right, that is progress. That is something that you can be happy about. Oh boy, I really have to get going, man. Dinner is ready. So I'm just going to cheat and pull out the eyelashes from here. No, this sucks. But making a family wait for dinner sucks more. Oh boy, this is not working. I'm just going to skip the eyelashes. Paint some of her skin tones. And let's call it a day because I really need to get going. I'm looking forward to all the coming progress. Yeah, definitely. I was not born an artist at all personally. Yeah, no one is born an artist. I wish I was born an artist. I wouldn't have to learn this. But the important thing is to just take pleasure in whatever win you get, in your progress. Just fall in love with the journey, bro. And you reach the destination sooner than you realize. If you're just in love with the journey, nothing can stop you. You're just enjoying. Where other people are frustrated about, hey, I'm not getting progress really quickly the way that I expected to. You're just enjoying the journey. They give up because they feel like, oh boy, I'm not getting results. But you keep going because you're just having fun. And that is when you win. When you're having fun, when you enjoy your work, when you enjoy your progress, that is when you win. And yeah, that is what I'm all about. That is what I want every artist to experience. The joy of sculpting. The joy of progress. Not the end result. Don't delay your result. Don't delay your happiness to be like, oh, I'm just going to be happy when I get results. Why? You have so much to enjoy in between as well. So take pleasure. Allow yourself to be happy. And yeah, that is it for today's Sculpt Pro. I really need to get going. Goodbye, everyone.